Cruz, you sure you want to do this?
I want to experience this world, this transcendence that they experience in the afterlife. I know it exists, and I want to experience it. Okay, just you saw the YouTube video, right?
Yeah, I watched it like almost 4.5 times.
Okay. No more than 2 minutes. Okay, just remember, get me out after 2 minutes.
2 minutes, I pull you out. 2 minutes.
So you know how to do this, right?
2 minutes, I bring you back. 2 minutes.
Do you remember what to do?
Yes, I saw
the YouTube
video. I saw the YouTube video.
Okay, I'm trusting you, Vance. 2 minutes.
I've watched it 5 times. Are you ready?
Yeah, we're already here. No, we're already here. Come on. All right. Come on. Do it!
All right. Alexa, flatline cruise.
Flatlining cruise. Cruz is dead.
Okay. Well, you're dead. 2 minutes. I want to stare at you for 2 minutes. It's weird. 2 minutes. Oh. Hey, babe. Nah, I'm not doing anything. Yeah. Smoothies? Fuck yeah. Love smoothies. Okay, alright. I'll be right there.
You love swallowing stressed out creatures for 20 minutes and then puking them up. My whole body's like a baby's ass. Jacqueline, I wasn't who I said I was.
You were a 14-year-old boy from the Midwest who ran...
Yeah, I had a great time too. Definitely do it again. Alright. Alright, motherfucker. Yeah! What do you think of that? I'll show you Minecraft. You wanna see Minecraft? I'll show you Minecraft. You're pretty sexy yourself. Alright. What do we got in here? Some chips. A little salsa. Alright. Okay. No, don't do that. Over. Don't do it. Oh! Why? No! Oh! Oh! Why would I do that? Oh my god! Yes. Stop. You're the sexy one.
Someday you will be
Why is so what? I just wanted to be a normal person. Yeah, no. My schedule is wide open. I literally like nothing to do all day. I'm totally free. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Oh shit! Cruz! Cruz! Oh fuck! Cruz! Breathe! 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe! Cruz! Cruz! Breathe! Breathe, Cruz! You're alive! You're alive, Cruz! You're gonna make it! Cruz! Cruz! Just... Come on, Cruz! Just breathe! Just breathe! Damn it! Breathe! Cruz! Breathe, Cruz! Cruz! Oh, Cruz. Shit. Is it beautiful, Cruz? I'll bet it's beautiful. But there's dogs. So many dogs. Alexa, what do I do with the dead body?
Cruz is gone. You are an idiot.
Vance! You're in my spot.
What did you do?
I got curious. You were talking about how beautiful it was and there were dogs here.
Why didn't you just use the... Wait a minute. What? Who's gonna get us out of here?
What do you mean, who's gonna get us out of here?
What the hell, dude?
What?
Now, how long have I been in here?
I mean, I just got here.
Oh my god.
This really is nice.
Ah!
This looks
What
just
the
like...
hell?
This looks just like the advanced cruise control set. Oh my god, a dog!
You're ruining this for me. Oh my
Come
god,
here.
you're ruining this for me.
Come here, friend.
How are we supposed to get out of here?
Cruz, there's a fucking dog here. Why would you want to leave?
Kill you!
Listen, what if we just give this movie a good review? You're right.
No.
No way, I'd rather do this again than watch it. Well, I'm Vance.
And I'm Cruz.
And this is...
Advanced Cruise Control.
And this is a dog. All right. Cruz.
Vance.
Flatliners. Let's start with this. Rotten Tomatoes gave this a 4. A 4. 4. Cruz, what did you think of Flatliners?
You know, it's funny because the last review we did had pretty low Rotten Tomatoes score, but
Great movie, though.
I loved the movie.
Misunderstood
you know?
movie.
4% though?
4%.
It...
That's like you didn't even show up.
Can we just talk about how much we laughed in the theater watching
Let's
this
talk
movie?
about the fact that this movie was probably one of the most terrible movies I've seen in a very fucking long time. Not even Jack Bauer could save this movie from the depths of hell.
Wait. There might be some young people watching. They probably don't know who the fuck Jack Bauer
How do they not
is.
know who Jack Bauer is? Kiefer Sutherland, it was one of the only redeeming qualities of this movie.
Well, let's talk about Kiefer Sutherland for a second because
Okay. You've seen the original, right?
yes, I have.
Okay.
So a lot of people
30 years ago.
because this movie, well, that's exactly what I want to get into right now. This movie is supposed to be like a reboot, remake, as opposed to a sequel, right? To the original Flatliners, which starred a lot of fucking people that you may have heard of.
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts, Kevin Bacon,
Yep.
Kiefer Sutherland, just to name a few, right? And this movie came out in 1990, okay?
Yeah.
1990, and then all of a sudden they decided to reboot it, right? You know what's interesting though?
What was that?
Initially, they were actually initially going for a sequel, right? With because Kiefer Sutherland, I mean it's no secret, Kiefer Sutherland's in the movie.
He is in the movie.
And initially
They don't say his name, though. Do they say his name?
They do say his name, but see, here's the interesting part. When they first released the trailer and the teasers and all that.
Right, we were hyped up for it.
Yeah, we were hyped up for it. They never showed Kiefer Sutherland in any of the trailer or teasers. But then, of course, you know, me being curious Cruz and all, I looked up the details of the movie on IMDb, right? And I saw that, oh, Kiefer Sutherland is in this, right? And, oh, his character name in this is Nelson. And in the original 1990 version, his name is Nelson.
Right.
So fast forward to now, we finally see the movie. The movie's been out for, you know, like a week or so. And
see it on video within probably next week.
Exactly. His name is not Nelson after all. It's named Dr. Barry something or the other, right?
Yeah, Barry.
Yeah. But here's the one thing that I noticed about this, though, because they did finally release some footage with Kiefer
The
Sutherland
trailer
in it.
had him...
They had him in it. So, you notice that line that he said, right? He's like,
Makes it sound like he's been here before. You can't cheat death, and believe me, I know.
So that's the line that he originally says, and it kind of makes you wonder, like, oh, wait, oh my god, it's like he's Nelson from 30 years ago, and this is the future, and oh my god. But you know what happened? When they did screeners, right, or screenings, or, excuse me, test screenings, okay?
Focus groups?
Focus groups and whatnot.
Focus groups in the Midwest?
A lot of the kids of this generation did not understand that reference at all.
So apparently, according to focus groups, they said that only old people would get that reference, and it just confused the younger audience.
Nobody understood that reference.
Nobody understood it, right?
No one understood it.
What year did Flatliners come out?
90.
1990.
Yeah.
Wasn't there another movie that just came out that was a remake?
Huge success.
A huge, I would say the biggest grossing horror film of all time. My least favorite movie of the fucking year, It! Just came out, shattered records, #1 horror movie of all time.
Oh.
Same year as Flatliners. Get Flatliners, let's look at that cast.
Oh, the original, we had Kiefer Sutherland.
You got
Julia Roberts.
Love Julia.
We have Kevin Bacon. William Baldwin's in it. That's
Billy-
the one that I
Billy
missed earlier.
fucking
Billy
Baldwin?
Baldwin's in it.
Crazy
So,
Baldwin?
you know, you have that film, and, you know, it's been so long since I've seen it, but I remember liking it.
Right.
And, you know, honestly, okay, seeing the trailer, right? If you...
For the new one?
And I want all the young people watching right now, if they've never
Are we
seen the
being
original...
old people right now? Being like, you young people.
Well, no,
You
like,
youngins and you
because look,
millennials.
think about it. When they did the test
With your
screenings,
Snapchats.
they said that line when they were actually trying to connect the
They were
remake
making it a
with the
sequel.
like, oh, it's going to be technically a sequel.
Right.
But then when they realized in the test screenings that people were like, we don't understand.
I don't get
it.
this.
So it's kind of like
Hold on while I Snapchat.
yeah, but we rewatched the trailer from the original.
Yeah.
And.
Which is a much better movie.
And the main thing that you see, just from looking at the trailer, and like, yeah, the movie was great, but looking at the trailer itself, comparing it to the trailer of the new one, right?
Did not come to medical school to murder my classmates, no matter how deranged they might be.
We're running out of time.
Starting CPR. 1 1,000. 2 1,000. 1,000. You're not real. Got her. Don't have her. That's how I paid my dues. Flatline. Flatliners. Some lines shouldn't be crossed.
Right.
The trailer from the 1990 version is like much scarier to me.
It's a horror movie.
I'm like, that looks like a horror film.
It's a good day to die. Everyone I touch today, I'm gonna heal.
It's an awakening.
3 minutes. Jamie only did 2. What can I say? I'm competitive.
I'm going next. 5 minutes.
7 minutes.
No one's ever come back from that.
This movie was advertised improperly. It came off as like Limitless, almost in a way.
Yeah, dude.
The way they sold it.
Yeah.
And then it turns into the fucking Ring. And it just gets all weird.
There were so many things with this new one that where do I even begin?
Let's just start with the terrible acting.
Okay, first of all,
Let's start with that. Okay? Let's talk about the guy who plays like the Playboy. Oh my god.
he's actually an English actor. Did you know that?
He's probably phenomenal on a stage. This movie, not so much.
Well, see, here's what's interesting. You have the main actors in this film that people may have seen in other stuff, right? Ellen Page, obviously.
Ellen
right?
Page, Juno.
Yeah,
Love her in Juno.
Yeah, Juno.
She phones it in.
Diego Luna,
Diego
who was
Luna, who is a tremendous. He actually is. Good in
he was
this
probably
movie.
the best actor in the entire film. Like
That's
Ellen
not saying
Page didn't
much.
even bring her A game. You know
In the
what I
land
mean?
of the blind, the man with one eye is king. So that's not saying good, but Diego Luna is amazing. He
was in Star Wars. He was in Star Wars Rogue One.
Yep.
And then you have like some other random actors.
Sophia, Kiersey Clemens.
Kiersey Clemens. She's done more TV.
She's like a WB actress trying to do the movie thing, and it's.
I have to say there is a scene in the movie that just made me so angry, and it was because the acting was just so.
It was just
awful.
The whole movie, maybe.
The scene where she was in the elevator, I'm like, I don't care if there's spoilers because this movie, like, if you're gonna go see it, like...
Spoil what? You can't spoil something that's already spoiled.
It's already spoiled. Yes.
You can't re-spoil.
Like, fucking, I don't even know.
It's, oh my god. A 4!
Yeah. No, the acting was terrible. The acting was definitely terrible. The story... okay, can I just, since we're already spoiling this,
let's
even
just
though
spoil
who
this
cares,
terrible fucking movie.
I was really disappointed in the end that it was a happy ending.
It was a happy. I was hoping some Final Destination shit happened and they're all gonna die.
Like
somehow.
honestly, like the whole storyline, right? I guess we should have started with this with people that are like probably
By the way,
never gonna see this movie because you probably shouldn't.
No one's gonna see this.
So
movie.
the movie just
our videos probably get more views than people who have seen the movie. It did terrible.
Probably.
It did terrible.
So, just like the original Flatliners, right? This movie is about medical students, right? 5 medical students who are kind of like, well, more so one, right? And then the rest kind of become...
She drags them in.
She drags them in, and they kind of start this obsession with the afterlife, right? So what they do is they end up...
They flatline.
They flatline. They basically flatline themselves.
They flatline.
And then, because they want to see what's beyond, and then they think
this
that...
movie made me want to flatline. And not come back. This movie was so fucking terrible, dude.
It was pretty terrible.
I didn't want to talk about... There was no story. And then the end, they're all happy. It's like, oh, I told you.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. So, like, now that you know the gist of the story, right? They all flatline, and then what ends up happening, something happens to one of them, where, oh my god, she actually ended up dying, okay? So now in my head I'm thinking, oh, whatever got her is gonna get everybody. But what ends up happening is that, oh, well, then maybe we should do this one thing to make it all better. And
Let's just say that, because that fucking pissed me off the most. How do you get rid of demons and ghosts and shit? You just say you're sorry.
Can I say what other thing pisses me off about this movie? Spoiler
I have a
alert.
list here, so I'm ready to go.
Spoiler alert. I was really more so disappointed as well that when they did flatline or whatever, and they saw things on the other side, that not all of them were dead. The other people that they saw.
No, that was the weirdest thing.
Like I saw someone in my flatline, or they called it in my flatline. I saw someone in my flatline. It was like it's like a normal thing, right? I saw someone in my flatline.
One girl says we should bottle this and sell it as a party drug.
DMT. No, I've never done that before. But anyways, so
nothing like DMT. I can vouch for that one.
So that was another thing that pissed me off. I'm like, that makes no sense. What is this thing that so you're saying that there's these people haunting you, but they're alive? That makes no sense to me at all.
So weird. Because what if
makes no sense? The writing was awful.
Ghost girlfriend and real girlfriend are in the same place at the same time. Can they be in the same over that rupture fucking
Twilight
worlds?
Zone.
It was just so stupid. And this fucking director, okay, what was the other thing he directed?
Niels Arden Oplev.
Niels Arden Oplev.
You know what movie he did? He did the original Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Oh, you mean the really shitty one that Fincher was like, hey, I can do this way better. That movie? I feel like this movie was all about him just trying out drones. I feel like this entire movie is like, man, what if we did this? We remake Flatliners, but with drones. And the whole fucking thing is just on a drone. The whole movie, I feel like I'm on a drone. It was. This movie was so fucking bad, dude. Let me tell you one thing though. Thank God for MoviePass.
You know what?
This review is sponsored by MoviePass.
Honestly, I would not have gone to the theater to see it. Otherwise, I would not have paid to see that film.
I don't think anyone should ever pay for this movie.
Like,
like I've seen some dog shit movies, but this movie is the ultimate. This is the dog shit that sticks to your shoe and you go home with it. Like you just can't get that stench off.
Let's just have a drink to that.
You know what?
Cheers.
Cheers, Cruz. To you, Niels Arden Opliv.
Maybe you should. I don't know.
Lose the drones, bro.
But he's not the one that wrote the film. He just directed it.
Well, I mean,
I blame the writers of this film.
You're gonna blame the writer?
Yeah.
I blame just anyone who said, you know what, that's a great idea. Because it's coming out 30 years later. We're going to do the same thing with Flatliners.
You know, that's interesting. That is kind of interesting that we have two films that are either direct remakes. I know they are direct remakes because it was originally supposed to be a sequel. So yeah, so we've got two horror films that came out 30 years ago.
Right.
Direct remakes 30 years later. Like, I don't know. It was really interesting because I only just recently discovered that they had made a remake of Flatliners, like a month or so ago?
We were hyped about the trailer.
Yeah, we're like, oh my god,
Flatliners.
Oh, let's see what happens. And then
who's the new Julia Roberts?
Such a disappointing. So we have 4 more weeks.
So bad. I can't do these horror movies, dude.
4 more weeks. You know what? They can't all be winners. They all can't be winners, right? You know what I mean?
Right,
like.
true.
Because then we're just going to be known as the people that are like, oh, they give all their movies good reviews, whatever, or they only review good movies.
We give you the truth here. This is the truth.
I feel like we're doing a service to people like watching or listening right now.
Absolutely.
That, you know, like, save your money.
Right.
Unless you have MoviePass.
Then go see whatever.
Then you can see a movie every day, you know what I mean? No, so we have 4 more weeks. 4 more weeks of Deadly Sins. 4 more weeks before Halloween.
Right.
We still need a new name for that, but anyways.
So we have our 4 weeks of 7 Deadly Sins remaining of the 4 weeks till Halloween.
Which brings us to this week's sin.
Greed.
Why is that, Steve?
Because whoever made this fucking movie is a greedy piece of shit. And there's no point in making this movie. If you're not going to make this movie the way it should be properly done, you know, and then if you want to go into the whole story side, they're greedy.
It's true, they are greedy. Because if you think about it, spoiler alert again, you know, it starts off with like, oh, it's like her brain has been rewired since she did this.
Yeah, they're jealous.
And then they're like, oh, well, we want that too.
Right.
So then they go in, and then, you know.
They want to go longer and longer.
The girl that plays Sophia, she's like,
she's the greediest one of them
She's
all.
the greediest one of them all. She's like, I want to do it right now because I want to be able to be like you guys and have like a newer mind and just.
I wish I could get a new mind after seeing that movie.
Oh God. So yeah, they're greedy for.
They're greedy for, I guess, expanding their minds. They're greedy for expanding their minds.
Greedy for expanding their minds.
And the filmmakers are greedy for making us sit through this fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
This was my fault.
Hold on, Cruz. I need to just... You know what? What would you give this movie?
Oh, God. 4.9 on IMDb, 4% on Rotten Tomatoes, blah, blah, blah. You know, if I could give it 0, I would.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna have to go with half a star. Can we do half stars here?
I'll do a half star.
I'm gonna do half star because that's closer to 0.
I'm gonna give it the half star, and the only reason I'm giving it even a half star is Kiefer Sutherland.
Thank you.
That's the only reason.
Really?
The only reason, yeah. Because he
needed more screen time, man.
He was just so intense, dude. Like,
he needed more screen time.
Like, you could tell that after he did his scenes with these kids, that he pulled them offside and he's like, listen, here's what we're gonna do. You're all terrible. Let me just talk in the scenes. You guys just sit there and just give your faces.
Let me just do all the talking and you just look at me.
Love Kiefer.
I love Kiefer Sutherland, man.
So, half a star, as we're agreeing on? Okay. Well, that's Flatliners. And if you feel like flatlining, go see Flatliners at a local cinema until it's at your fucking Netflix next week.
I'm waiting for someone to be like, I hate you guys, I liked it.
Well, you know what people can do, Cruz?
What?
They can keep it
88.